Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do? I figured every time I be doing like these different types of relationships, I'm always just, rolling around, man. So I figured, y'all can ride with me again, chop it up with yours truly. I don't know. There's actually two other types of relationships out there. And I'm gonna bring up one of them. What one represents a negative type of relationship, and then the second type of relationship represents a positive type of relationship. So, of course, let's get to the negative. Let's get to the negative type of relationship. And yeah, I'm riding in the other RayJ DeVille. So, this is my old whip. But hey, she been good to me. Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't like to drive my new thing around too much, you know what I'm talking about? But the negative type of relationship I wanted to bring up in this particular video, given that I told y'all there was like two other types of relationships out there, is worship. So some of y'all probably already know about that, or what I might possibly say about that, but some of y'all probably scratching your heads like, okay, how is worship a negative type of relationship? I've never heard nobody talk about it that way before. Well, just ride with me, ride with me. You see me rolling, you know what I'm saying? I could play some music in the background, but I want you to hear me out, real talk. Well, worship is negative in the aspect that you put the person on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? As much as I believe in a woman and her rightful role and purpose is to be my servant, given that she's my helpmeet. That's what I mean by servant. That doesn't mean I want her to put me on a pedestal. That's not what I mean. All praises to the Creator, not all praises to me, by no means. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the one that the Creator sent into her life. That's my only role and purpose. Just showing her the way, given what He's shown me. You know what I'm saying? And how she benefits my life, given what the Creator has shown me along the way. Real talk. So with all that said, man, it's not about her worshiping me or putting me on a pedestal whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, in this day and age, it's all about putting these females on a pedestal. When I was a little boy, I even struggled with that at times, because I didn't understand that, it's about getting right with the Creator. It's not about trying to hope I can do things right around the feminine gender. That my life is going to be complete once I get with a set female per se, once I get with a chick. And when you grow up as a boy and you haven't really been taught manhood as much as you should have been taught, you get this idea that, if I just had her around, I'll feel better. If I had her around, I'll feel more complete, and things like that. When really that's not the case. You find out how complete you are as a man as time goes on. That's the essence of true manhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I had to learn along the way. I didn't know all this, I learned along the way, but thankfully, I've always been spiritual. So the Creator has shown me things, because in many ways I never met men that could show me these things. Keeping my eyes on the road, green light. All right, but that's the thing, like, still having this worship, I felt it was worship, because if you look at the way these females are now, you know what I'm saying, we basically worship their horseship. You know what I'm saying? Obviously with a woman, she doesn't want a man to put her on a pedestal like that. Him get down and bow down before her. You know, she feels just as humble, and she like, no, I don't need you to deify me like that. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you have some females who think differently. They see themselves as goddesses, and they want to be worshipped as such, as so. I think that's toxic, though. I think that's very negative, because that's giving you this whole false idea that you feel like you have this creative power about how you can give and take away an individual if they put you on such a deity, a deified pedestal. So I know I haven't said too much as I wanted to say about the worship aspect. So that's the first relationship I wanted to bring up in this particular video. And it represents the negative aspect of different types of relationships that I've brought up to y'all thus far in a couple of videos up to this point. Now let's talk about the second type of relationship that represents a more positive type of relationship. It's apprenticeship. Once again, somebody's scratching their head. How does apprenticeship apply for today's relationships or for today's times? You just answered your own question, buddy. Apprenticeship definitely matters, and I think it is very valid for today's times. And I believe in the proper order of things. I believe apprenticeships, I think they represent the ideal type of relationships for these times. Why? Because apprenticeship is all about, you know, you gotta look over the shoulder to see if I need to merge lanes, you dig? Anywho, I believe apprenticeships represent just if you kind of look it up, you know, this is with me not necessarily knowing the definitions and all that. I mean, I know the definition, don't get me wrong, but just to kind of state it from my perspective, apprenticeships are more or less student-teacher type of relationships, you know? And so, you know, it's this idea that, you know, a lot of females haven't been taught womanhood, and they need to be taught some things. And I believe a man can teach a woman, just like the father taught the daughter, you know what I'm saying? In ways that obviously the mother never could teach the daughter, you know what I'm saying? But I think now, more or less going forward, as far as the man's interactions with the woman, given the way society has gone, and given if this woman did come to womanhood, but she was around the wrong type of man, therefore she developed into the wrong type of woman. You see what I'm saying? But you can at least show her this idea that, hey, let me teach you how to be the type of woman I want you to be. You know what I'm saying? That man will teach you, sweetie, how to be the type of woman he wants you to be. So don't feel undermined, don't feel disrespected when he's trying to teach you some things. He's really teaching you how to be around him. He's not teaching you how to necessarily be a set woman. We get that. You have some experiences, okay? But now you have to enhance your skills, your craft. And so all this man is doing is showing you that. All he's doing is getting you more suited for that. The way he's molding you, the things he's showing you. That's all part of that. You know what I'm saying? That apprenticeship. You know, of course, you know, as far as, to me, the highest form of a relationship is a companionship. But I believe in this day and age, what plays a good part in how that companionship is conducted is based on probably the type of apprenticeship that occurred along the way. How much were you willing to learn from that man as far as how to be around him, sweetie? How much were you willing to learn? Or did you just think you know it all and the man doesn't need to tell you anything? Or you think that there ain't too much about you that you need to change? See, it's a slap in the man's face when he hears a female say that. Because when she says things like there ain't much she needs to change, a lot of it is based on her thinking she knows what it's like to be a woman. But once again, you've been somebody else's woman prior to you being around him. And more than likely, you probably weren't as real of a woman as you thought you were, even though you may have at that time, quote unquote, been somebody else's woman. But you didn't develop into the type of woman that you thought you could be, did you? And obviously you did not develop into the type of woman that you thought you could be around that guy you was once with. That's why you're not with him. It didn't work out.